The Nürburgring was the venue for the penultimate weekend of the Prototype Cup Germany, and with a very special guest starter, Ralf Schumacher, for his first competitive race in 12 years. The former Formula One racer would compete with son David Schumacher in the US Racing car. They qualified on pole position, and Ralf Schumacher took the start for race one, leading the charge into turn one ahead of championship hopeful Julian Apostolos. Third in the race and third in the championship, Valentino Catalano in the Gebhardt car. But the championship leader, Dani Sufi, had contact with Anthony Ramo. That forced the Estonian out of the race. And there was a drive-through penalty which dropped the Conrad Motorsports car down to the back of the field. Bad news then for the championship leaders. Out wide as well for Julian Apostolos, under pressure from Keanu Al-Azari, who dropped down to 5th place at the start of the race, but snatched back the 2nd place with that move. David Schumacher, meanwhile, getting ready for his debut in the Prototype Cup Germany, the former DTM racer and the driver currently third in the ADAC GT Masters Championship. He took over from dad Ralf Schumacher, who looked like he'd never been away. Meanwhile, a great comeback for Felipe Lazar in the second half of the race. This was him getting past Torsten Kratz to move back up to 5th place from near the back of the field. But the victory went to Ralf and David Schumacher, a famous win for the father and son. Keanu Al-Azari coming home in 2nd place, and Riccardo Cirelli and Julian Apostolos rounding out the top 3. The second race of the weekend, it was David Schumacher's turn to take the start. He qualified on pole as well, but he didn't make the best of starts. And coming around the outside of him was Felipe Lazar. Lazar led for a few laps, but David Schumacher was competitive and was just that little bit quicker. He dove down the inside on the way to turn 1, went wide, but managed to get the lead. So David Schumacher leading, Ralf Schumacher approving of that move. Meanwhile, the championship leaders were in. Dani Sufi trying to play catch-up in the second half of the race with a shorter pit stop time and a slightly slow pit stop from the Schumachers. The lead changed briefly as Klaus Abelin came out ahead, but it wasn't for long. Schumacher got him back and would pull away for the rest of the race. Meanwhile, there was a big battle going on between Anthony Ramo and Valentino Catalano. They both moved ahead of Abelin, and this was the fight for 2nd place. Further behind, Abelin now fell into the clutches of Al-Azari, who dove down the inside to get 4th place. Stefan Aust was the next to get past Abelin, and there was last lap drama as Anthony Ramo missed the apex at turn 1, allowing Catalano to come through and take 2nd place. The flag and the victory, though, went once again to the Schumachers. A fantastic weekend for them as we head to the final round at the Sachsenring, with only 15 points between the top 3 teams in the championship.